Hi there, Gotthard from Sharetribe here. In this video, we'll learn how to create a listing type in Sharetribe that uses the digital download transaction process and how your users experience it on your platform. Digital download is a transaction process that enables file uploads, online payments, automatically revealing files to the buyer after purchase, and a one-sided review process where only the customer is asked to review the purchase. This transaction process is built for any product that's delivered as a file, anything that a seller uploads once and can sell repeatedly. Next, I'll create an example listing type for selling knitting patterns. Follow along and make a listing type for any type of digital product. Let's get to it. At this point, you should have a Sharetribe account and access to your console. There, go to your listing type settings. Click to add a new listing type and give it a descriptive name. This name will be shown to users when they're posting a new listing if you have more than one listing type on your marketplace. I'll call this listing type a knitting pattern. Next, add a listing type ID. This is not shown to users. I'll add the ID knitting-pattern. Then, choose the transaction process type digital download. This means two main things. 1. Sellers need to upload at least one file in listing creation, and 2. Files that are uploaded to a listing will be revealed to the customer automatically after purchase. Next, you can choose whether to also allow file attachments in transaction messages. If you turn this setting on, buyers and sellers can send each other files directly in the transaction conversation. If you turn file attachments off, any conversation that happens between the buyer and the seller stays text only. I'll turn file attachments on for my knitting pattern marketplace, and it can be easily turned off later. Next, you choose the default listing fields. Default listing fields are basic necessary information about listings. For digital downloads, the options are title, description, price, files, images, and payout details. You can choose to disable description or images if you'd like a simpler listing form. The final default field is payout details required before publishing. When this field is enabled, sellers can't publish listings before adding their payout details. Finally, you can add transaction fields. These are fields that the buyer fills on the checkout page before making a purchase. I don't need them for this listing type, so I won't add any here. Then click Save Changes. I now have a new listing type. So let's test how the listing creation and purchase flow work with digital downloads in your test marketplace. You can log in as a user through the User Management tab or create a new user. Once you're on your test marketplace, click to post a new listing. If you have more than one listing type, make sure to choose the digital download listing type you just created. For example, I choose knitting pattern. Fill in the default information and any custom fields you've added. Then, in the New Files tab, you can upload up to 10 files, maximum 1 GB each. These files stay hidden until someone buys the listing, so sellers can safely upload the real final versions of their product here. You need to upload at least one file before you can publish the listing. After the upload completes, all files go through a quick security check and malicious files are deleted automatically. You can move on to the next step while the scan is running, but won't be able to publish the listing until it's finished. I'll add the price and then move on to images, and finally, publish the listing. Our listing is now public on the marketplace. Next, log in as a buyer to purchase the listing. On the listing page, click Buy Now. And then on the checkout page, you can fill in the credit card details like this customer who already has test details saved to their profile. Then click Confirm and Pay. At this point, the buyer's credit card is charged and the files unlock immediately. They can be downloaded right here on the transaction page, and the buyer can access this page anytime through their inbox. The buyer now has 7 days to check the files and report a problem if something is wrong. If they don't report anything, the seller's payout is released automatically once the 7 days are up. If the customer reports an issue, such as the file doesn't work or was empty, you as the marketplace operator have 14 days to decide whether to refund the buyer or release the payout to the seller. If you don't act in that window, the buyer is refunded automatically. After the purchase completes, only the buyer is asked to leave a review. If you want to test the review process, you don't have to wait 7 days. Go to Transaction Management in Console and open the transaction card. There, click Operator Complete in the Timeline section. This releases the payout to the seller and triggers the buyer's review prompt right away. That way, you can check the step of the flow without sitting around for a week. In Console, you can also view, download, or delete any file attached to a listing or a transaction. In Access Control settings, you can also pause all file uploads and downloads across your marketplace at once if you need to act fast, for example, in the case of a spam attack. That's how you set up digital downloads in Sharetribe and how your users experience them. Your marketplace now supports listings with file uploads, online payments, automatic delivery after purchase, and one-sided reviews. And of course, if you notice that you need a slightly different transaction process, you can modify your transaction process with custom development. Sharetribe is a headless marketplace solution that lets you build the exact functionality you need on top of our out-of-the-box functionality. If you have any questions, reach out to us at hello@sharetribe.com. We'll be happy to help.